Notes are available in the description of video. Please download your notes. In today's lecture, we'll discuss Chargaff's rule, Chargaff's base equivalence rule, as well as in this lecture we will clear different types of DNA. As we know, DNA is double-stranded helical structure, and its both strands are made up of nucleotides, deoxyribonucleotides. Dear students, DNA is the largest biomolecule. This is the largest macromolecule, and this DNA molecule, it is a polymer of DNA nucleotides, deoxyribonucleotides. Each DNA nucleotide or deoxyribonucleotide having three components. One is pentose sugar, that is deoxyribose sugar. It is represented as S. Second component is phosphate group, phosphoric acid, and its third component is nitrogen base, purines or pyrimidine. Here, sugar and phosphate molecules are present in outer region, and these sugar and phosphate molecules produce backbones of the DNA, while these nitrogen base which project inwardly, and the nitrogen base of each DNA strand are interconnected by hydrogen bonds. As a result, this double-stranded DNA, it becomes ladder-like. Note down, in this double-stranded DNA molecule, phosphate sugar molecules which produce backbone of each DNA chain, and these polynucleotide chains are interconnected by the nitrogen bases through hydrogen bases. Here, the phosphate sugar molecule, and these phosphate sugar molecules are interlinked by phosphodiester bonds, but the bond between this sugar molecule and this nitrogen base, this bond is glycosidic bond, while the bond between these nitrogen bases, here A is adenine, T thymine, and the nitrogen base, the bond between these nitrogen base AT, that is a double hydrogen bond, while the hydrogen bond between this guanine and cytosine, that is triple hydrogen bond. In 1950, Erwin Chargaff, he measured the quantity of these nitrogen bases. These nitrogen bases are grouped in two categories, purines and pyrimidines. Purines, adenine and guanine are purines, while thymine and cytosine are pyrimidines. Dear students, it means in case of DNA, 4 types of nitrogen base: adenine, guanine, thymine and cytosine. Erwin Chargaff, in 1950, he measured the quantity of these nitrogen bases, as well as he studied different contents of DNA molecule. His observations and generalizations are commonly known as Chargaff's base equivalence rule. It states that purine and pyrimidine, note down, purine and pyrimidine nitrogen bases are equal in number. It means in this DNA molecule, the number of purines is equal to number of pyrimidines. Point number second, molar amount of adenine, that adenine A is always equal to thymine, that is T, while the molar amount of G, guanine, is always equal to molar amount of cytosine C, so that A is equal to T or A upon T, that is 1. The molar amount of G is always equal to C. Point number third, in this DNA molecule, in which both strands run parallel. This entire structure becomes ladder-like because these nitrogen bases are interlinked by hydrogen bonds, and these phosphate sugar molecules of each chain produce backbone of the DNA. Here the number of sugar molecules is equal to number of phosphate molecules. Point number next, AT base pairs. Note down, in this double stranded DNA duplex, the base pair AT is rarely equal to base pair GC. Note down the point number next, which is very important for all competitive exams. This point is the ratio of A plus T oblique C plus Z, that is variable. It is different in different member of species. Note down, but this ratio of nitrogen base A plus T, C plus Z, that ratio remains constant in A species. As in case of human beings, this A plus T oblique C plus Z, that nitrogen base pair ratio is, it is 1.55 for human, while it is 1.25 for wheat, that is triticum aestivum. In case of garden pea, Pisum stivum, the base pair ratio is, that is fixed, that is constant, it is about 1.62, while in case of E. coli, Escherichia coli, in this bacterium the base pair ratio is 0.95. It means very clear, the nitrogen base pair ratio in the members of a species, that is constant. Here we have studied different types of DNA. These are some differences as well as different types of DNAs. As in our last lecture we have studied DNA duplex, Watson and Crick model. This is bDNA. Dear students, in this DNA duplex, Watson and Crick model, the diameter of the DNA is 20 angstrom. The length of the pitch of a helix per turn is 34 angstrom, and in this helix, in this A turn, A coil, about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 nucleotides or 10 nitrogen base are present. Note down the diameter of this bDNA, beta helix balanced DNA, or it is Watson and Crick model, the diameter is 20 angstrom, and the length, the pitch of helix per turn, that is 34 angstrom, and each turn about 10 nucleotides or nitrogen base are present, 10 in bDNA, that is a balanced DNA, that is a stable DNA, and physiologically the functional DNA, that is bDNA, that is Watson and Crick DNA. Note down the distance, the interval between two successive nitrogen base pairs, that is about 3.4 angstrom. On the basis of the diameter, on the basis of the coiling of DNA duplex, on the basis of number of nucleotides, nitrogen base pairs in A turn, we have studied different types of DNA. In case of DNA, aDNA, it is alternate DNA, it is right-handed DNA duplex. bDNA, it is Watson and Crick balanced DNA, it is stable DNA, it is physiologically functional DNA. And this bDNA, it is always right-handed helix, while this cDNA, the helix is again it is right-handed. In dDNA, again it is right-handed DNA. And the zDNA, not down in competitive exams, two different DNAs, one is bDNA, Watson and Crick, or it is balanced DNA, stable DNA, and second is zDNA. It was given by Alexander Rich, and it is zigzag DNA. This DNA is, this helix is, it is left-handed. Note down, all these DNAs A, B, C, D all are right-handed helix, but this Z DNA it is left-handed helix. Base pairs. Here in case of B DNA, Watson and Crick DNA, the length of the base pairs per turn. In case of B DNA, 10 base pairs. But here, base pairs per turn of the helix are 11. In case of B DNA, the number is 10. While in case of C DNA, the helix, each turn of the helix having 9.3, means about 9 base pairs. While in case of D DNA, the number is only 8. But in case of Z DNA, note down, in case of Z DNA, zigzag Alexander's rich DNA, which is left-handed, here the number of base pairs per turn, that is 12. Next point, pitch of the helix per turn is 25 angstrom. But here in case of B DNA, the pitch of helix per turn, that is 34 angstrom. In case of C DNA, the pitch is 30 angstrom. And here in case of D DNA, the pitch of DNA helix, that is 24 angstrom. But not down in case of Z DNA, the pitch is maximum. It is largest, it is 46 angstrom. In case of Z DNA, the number of base pairs per turn 12. But here in B DNA, the number is 10. All these DNAs are right-handed, but this Z DNA, it is left-handed. Diameter of this A DNA, that is 23 angstrom. Here B DNA, the diameter is 20 angstrom. C DNA, the diameter is 19 angstrom. And in case of D DNA, the diameter is unknown. But here in case of Z DNA, the diameter is 18 angstrom. It is A DNA, it is unstable. The B DNA, it is the only DNA which is stable. Note down, this B DNA, Watson and Crick DNA, it is balanced DNA, it is stable DNA, and it is physiologically the functional DNA, that is B DNA, while all other DNAs are unstable. This is all about double-stranded DNA, Chargaff's rule, as well as different types of DNA.